Hey everyone, Taco here, and I hope you're doing well. Today I'm here to do a little unboxing for you of the new Nikon Z8. So let's get to it. Now, I've actually haven't opened this box yet. I literally just picked it up earlier today. So let's see here. Typical things on the very top, as you can see. Don't mind this section right there. That's just my tripod holding the top view mirror. Don't forget, register your Nikon Z8 for all the perks. The manual in both English and French, and the warranty card. So that's there on the very top, as usual. Now, let's see here. If we pull this flap down, we get the usual things. I'm just going to bring this up here like that. Your USB A to C cable, your Nikon Z series strap, always very important. The lithium ion battery charger. And what else do we have? The straps, the cable supporter for your body. And then your plug adapter for the battery charger. And finally, the EN, 15C battery? ENEL 15C battery. All right, that's it for there. And now we have the actual body. So let's bring that over there. And, well, here it is. Just bring that there. You can see from my top camera, here's the Nikon Z8 in all its glory. Now, at first feel, I actually feel the grip to be very similar to the Nikon Z9, not the Nikon Z7 II, just because it feels a little deeper here. The grip, and then it does feel a little bit more bulkier than the 7 II, definitely, just because of the size itself. And I have a feeling my pinky finger actually now rests on the grip itself with plenty of room on the bottom there, unlike my Z7 II, where my pinky is literally right on the bottom, or maybe even hanging out from the bottom of the body. So definitely it is a little bigger in the hands, and you can feel the difference. And but without the battery in it, it actually doesn't feel that heavy at all, which is great. It's a considerable weight difference from the Nikon Z9. I believe it's about 900 grams in total. Now the screen does articulate, as always, vertically and horizontally, just like that, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see right there. That's what you get in the package, along with your instruction manual, and that's the unboxing. Size-wise, at least, I will compare this to the 7 II and the Nikon Z9. So let's see that right now. All right, so here we go. In front of me, I have the Z7 II, the Z8, and the Z9. The Z9 does have my L bracket on, so it does seem a little bit bigger than usual. But you can see the rough size, at least with the width here, and all the different functions and the buttons here. They differ ever so slightly. The Z8 pretty much mirrors what we have on the Z9 in terms of buttons and functionality. There are slight differences in between the two, however. Now, if we turn it around like this, you'll be able to see the differences there. You'll be able to see the difference a little bit in terms of height difference and the difference in the with the grip. Turn it around on the other side. Now the Z9 does have my L brackets, so you probably won't be able to see much in that respect. But at least now you can see a little bit of the difference in terms of how it looks in size and height. Now, as I mentioned, the grip does feel a lot more similar to the Z9 than it does the Z7 II, just because of the sheer size of the camera itself. Actually, let's turn it to the back. I don't think I showed you the back yet, but you can see the back arrangements, the buttons and the LCD display and whatnot. They're actually very similar. The Z8 is very similar, that is, to the Z9, more so than the Z7 II, with just some minor differences. And while we're at it, why don't we just see the top half there, and you can see how the top of the Z8 is again more similar to the Z9 as well, with a few cosmetic changes. There's no dial on the on the left hand side. They removed that, and you can see how actually the one thing that I noticed even before getting the camera was the Z7 II. The viewfinder actually protrudes quite a bit from the camera body itself. And that was actually helpful because when you're putting your eye against the camera, your face and cheek doesn't actually press too tightly against the LCD screen. So you can see how it is protruding quite a bit, but on the Z8 and Z9, it doesn't it does protrude a little bit, but I don't think it protrudes as much as the Z7 did relative to the size. At least that's the way it seems like. It seems like my face was actually touching a little bit more on the LCD screen when I was taking the picture. Nonetheless, that's just an observation and nothing to worry about there. I wanted to try out some various lenses that I had to go along with the Z8. So, right behind me, actually, I have some of the lenses that I normally use. So here is the Z 14 to 24 millimeter f2.8. So let's see how that looks. Oh, you can see the sensor is actually exposed there because I haven't actually deactivated or activated the sensor shield. And there we have it. The Z8 along with the 14 to 24 millimeter f2.8. This is, mind you, the hood here is a little bit bigger because I'm using the hood that attaches the filter to it. So the regular hood that comes with the lens is actually a little bit smaller. So this might look a little bit larger than normal. Here is the now Z70 to 200 2.8. So let's take a look. 70 to 200. It's not so bad. Definitely the lens is heavier now, so you're putting a lot more weight on the front side of the combination, and the body actually is quite light in comparison to the lens itself. So supporting wise, you'll probably need to support the lens more than the body. Whereas when I was using it with my Z9, the heaviness of the body actually complements the weight of the lens quite well. All right. Next in line, the 100 to 400 at 4.5, 5.6. That's how it looks right there. The weight of the lens makes this combination front heavy. So now you're actually supporting the weight of the lens itself, not having to support too much the weight of the body. Similar case with the Z9, where the combination of the lens and the body was more evenly distributed amongst your two hands. And finally, one more lens that I have. And here we do have the Z800 6.3. The lens itself is quite large and heavy, so definitely you're supporting the lens itself, not the weight of the body. It is very front heavy, so something to consider actually, because with the Z9, it would actually balance a little bit better. The weight was more distributed to the back of the combination, so my left hand didn't have to hold that bulk of the weight as much as it seems like I'm doing right now. Keep in mind, this is the first time I'm actually doing all of this. So hopefully while I'm using these out in the field, I'll have some different opinions and thoughts about the combination. But so far, I don't think there's any issues with it in terms of the size. I appreciate the smaller and compact size, as well as the weight savings of the body itself as well. So let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully I'll make some more videos about some of the answers that I'll have in a future videos. So until the next time, I hope you keep shooting, have fun, and see you in my next video. Take care.